Hello everyone. This week we are going to learn about MCP, Model Context Protocol. It's a hot topic. It's not that difficult, but it has a lot of things to know. So let's dive in. So basically, let me show you what I'm doing and also what we are trying to do. There's a MCP server called file system. Let's see what this is doing. This is like you're chatting with the server. I asked like, assistant please list functionality. So the functionality this MCP server gives: read file, read multiple files, right? These are the functionality it gives. So let me walk you through the Postman setup I have. So when I make the list functionality call, it gives the list of the function. The second one is asking it to create a directory. So I'll show you this in the later in the project where these folders and stuffs are. But if you run the command create command, and this is conversational, right? I ask assistant please create a directory MCP at this one, and it creates a directory there. Similarly, if I do the list files now, so it lists the files in the directory named MCP testing. This might be the earlier one that I was testing, and this is the one I recently created. So let's see. If I ask you to create the text file, right, it says it appears the first command create directory was successful in creating this. The second command write file has also been executed to successfully wrote test content for the stuff, right? So it wrote these things. Basically, conversational way we are asking it to create directories and files, which we used to be like click this or like run the commands. Now you can just ask the server to create those things conversationally. I'll show you where you can get the information about MCP servers, how to set these things up. So this is the repo. So let me take you from the beginning. Let's go to servers. If you search MCP Model Context Protocol repo, right, let's go in the beginning. So here, this is the home page. From here, go to the servers. It says list of servers, and then here you'll find list of servers, MCP servers. So the one I used is this one. You can use any of this one. So if I go here, it gives you what it does and all the information about it. And if we go down below, it gives you how to set this up. All the information is given here. That's what I'm following in the code. Let me show you code. So this is code, right? The first thing is to add the library called Ping AI Starter MCP client. We are creating client, so we are keeping that dependency. Then let's just follow the simple process the way we usually do. A controller. So I have a controller called with the endpoint chat MCP. Nothing has changed here. It's the same thing. Let's go to the service here. Looks like nothing changed here too. So nothing changed. How is it working, right? Let's go and check config. This is where I'm configuring. So the only thing I'm adding is tool callback provider. And then here in the advisors, we already learned about logging and default tool callbacks. That's the only setup I did. Nothing more for this to work. So here are the files it created. So how it is working, I'll show you. So one more thing, if we look at the documentation, it will tell you how to configure this. So one more thing we have to do is MCP servers JSON. So this is where I copy things from the documentation. So for Docker, this is what I did. So when I am starting the application, it reads this file and then spins up the server. So here is the configuration for it: AI MCP client stdio and server configuration, where configuration is. So this configuration reads the configuration from here and then spins up the server. So where to write the files, right? Whatever we ask it to create. So this is the mapping here. In our test resources MCP destination app. So this is the Docker location and this is the project location. So that's how it is mapping. So this needs a little bit of Docker knowledge, but for now just follow that, the documentation, and you're good. If we look into the Docker, this is what it spin up, right? It ran this server. I can show you inside the container, right? Like all the information mounting. So this is what mounting is doing. So we are telling whatever is app/project in the Docker will map to this information, and here it shows the binding. That's all the things I did. So you can go ahead and try to implement other servers if you want. There are like a lot of servers already created for you. You can use fetch, everything. You know, you can just go and see what works for you or what you want to try. But it's pretty easy. This is a client, so go over this, read through the MCP protocol if you want the theoretical knowledge. But to set this up in Spring Boot, it's pretty easy. Try it out. If you have any questions, you can ask. Bye.